up against FaZe. You have to have confidence. You cannot be intimidated by the names you're playing against. And so far, we're just seeing Vega Squadron, executing their game plan. And I think the strong T side is such a must. Strong CT side, sorry, is such a must for Vega Squadron to have a game here, because I don't think they'll be able to hold as nearly as well when FaZe are on the CT side. I think this is where they can get it done if it is to happen. And as you said, rightly so, it can very well happen. And maybe if it does, we can start to call them legend killers.
There have been some bomb plants from FaZe. I'll ignore the one in the pistol round because it's pistol round, but with the AKs out, there have been some bomb plants for FaZe. So they've got to a certain distance, but Vega Squadron again, early aggression, early picks, early map control, causing problems. There's a late flashbang from there, and it will not save him. Has Chopper got the angles? No. He will go down eventually, but JR is here. That is a glorious grenade. The bomb falls, and that gives the CTs an extra second or two. More grenades flying in. A well-equipped CT side abusing what they can, but the bomb's gone down now. And they may want to wait for that smoke to go. In the meantime, there is a player moving up banana for the CT side. The man advantage in Hut G.
Ooh, it's actually working out pretty decently for both sides right now. It's a fairly even 2v2. Kashana with the info onto Rain, but can't win the 1v1. Down to JR. Knows he's weak, but the quick headshot from Rain at distance will go the mile for FaZe. They pick up their first round, but they do lose 3 players in the effort. But we can see that, well, at least we can see that Vega do not have a huge bank to really support their current situation. It's going to be a little bit awkward. They'll be able to field some guns, but we see a FAMAS, we see some CZs, and the CZ is really important here because you really want to have the full grenades, and the CZ can really be very important from that perspective.
Well, this is quite the opportunity for FaZe. This is a must-win round. Dan mentioned the economy. The implications are clear. But first they must get past this round, FaZe. And an ill-equipped Vega Squadron means they are going to have a lot less effective pushes, but they're still getting aggressive, still pop flashes towards Banana. JR with a secondary boosted angle, but can't quite keep it up.
It's a scary time there for JR. Spotted, doesn't want to push his luck, will fall back onto the site. FaZe will realize that they have a pretty decent utility advantage at this point. They're playing it slow, and that's also smart just to whittle away the little utility that Vega were able to afford in this round. And now they're left with basically nothing, at least from that perspective. JR does have a smoke remaining, and that's basically it. So do Vega play very passively, sit on the sites and play their setups, or do they want to get aggressive somewhere? Actually, they may try to cheat 4 players towards A. That's another good way to do this. Try to stack one side of the map.
I think Nico has seen where that smoke came from. It's so lucky for Chopper that he is crouching, crab walking just under Nico's crosshair to that position, because based on where that smoke came from, FaZe may glean some information from that. That said, there are 3 players towards the A site. Miz being running backwards and forwards between A and B pretty much this entire round, and he continues to go backwards and forwards. He was heading towards A, back towards B after Chopper gets picked off. Where's the bomb going? No, everyone's towards A, but Nico starts moving towards B. The bomb's been lost. There are 15 seconds. Any opportunity to win this round has gone. This is the round that they had to win.
And Ray's coming in from the back here looking to get the frags, and he will spot JR. The shot is rattled off there, but there's another player to worry about that Rain may not think about. It is mere in quad, but still no frags. Rain doesn't want to die after time, and that is awkward, James. That is not what they wanted to happen, and the economy was really bad for Vega, but they did pick up a couple guns here. Oh my, this is...
There's one plus for FaZe here. The round they won was, I believe it was an eco round, and they picked up an AWP and a rifle in that round. So Guardian had basically $5,000 afterwards, and whoever it was else had extra money as well. So Guardian's been able to drop an AK, and they have a buy around this because of the nature in which they won that round and having 2 people survive. So this could have been worse for them, but it's still not good.
I still feel like we do need to see at least 12 rounds of Vega. Ooh, yeah, that is so awesome. I know you're a big fan of that, James.
I love me grenades.
Yes, that's really cool. Some just pre-planned grenades towards the logs. Choppers going in. They want to clear out Banana to take it over and perhaps steal the AWP, but denied by Olofmeister. 4 versus 4 hours. Rain goes down to the CZ. It is falling apart for FaZe.
1 minute 13 on the clock. Flashbangs all over the place. Kraken trying to do something. Top mid trying to show presence. Olaf Meister and Nico in the meantime on banana. Kraken goes down. And FaZe Clan have to start charging with what they have left towards B. They have to assume that the CTs have eyes top mid. They know nobody else is there. So time is of the essence here for FaZe. They've got to assume the rotation's coming in, the flank's coming in. JR, how did he miss that shot? Could have been 2, but it was none. Most of their health, but now JR's running distraction, allowing Mir to activate. 45 seconds, Olaf Meister in the pool, and he will drown in that position. 4 players surviving for Vega after some hardship in their economy. This is a fabulous game for them so far.
It really is, and it's starting to remind me of the NIP game, James, because it actually went the same way. Vega got 7 rounds, then the NIP got 1 on cash, and then they got reset immediately, and then Vegas just I think they sprinted towards like 12 or something similar like that. And you can see that FaZe is starting to think, wait, hang on, this is actually kind of bad. Having an 8-1 scoreline is one thing to play against, but having an 8-1 scoreline and it being sort of implicit that you're probably going to go down 10-1 because your economy is completely ruined, that's another story entirely, because eventually when they have guns, Vega, if nothing goes wrong on the EKs, we've seen a lot of that today, then they'll have loads of money. So they'll be able to buy every single round that remains, no matter what happens pretty much.
Kraken talking to the team. Guardian chiming in as well.
Vega, man. Vega Squadron. Oh, amazing stuff. So many blocks.
Yeah. It is a poverty round for FaZe. 9-6 is possible. Or 6-9, rather, because we're talking about FaZe's perspective here. So there is still a chance for FaZe. Never count them out. Never count FaZe out.
Oh, wow, they keep JR alive. Man, what a hero. What a guy. Well, okay, well, never mind. He's dying yet. No, he did go, to be fair, he's going for the frags, James.
Dead now, of course.
At least Kashana will save the gun. I hope he didn't lose an AK for that. But you hate to see that. But it's a 9-1 scoreline. FaZe quick to the buy.
They had 3 AKs at the beginning of this round. That is quite telling when the AKs are all over the CT side.
They did lose an AK then because JR died and a teammate with an AK had to pick one up.
Yeah, Chopper was mid with a UMP, so he was nowhere near anything. But that is, if that's all they can complain about, then life is good. 9-1 for Vega Squadron, starting once again with 3 players towards the B bomb site, and the grenades will continue for a time. FaZe have learned not to stand by trees. Rain and Kraken moving through the apartments. Haven't really been able to force the CTs back, as is a common goal around the A sites.
The interesting thing here is that one of the dynamics on this map is that when you see a team playing very heavy investments into banana, as Vega have been repeatedly, you can run that super fast play up quad, which rush mid and go quad really quickly, or rush second mid to quad, and they'll have 3 players towards B. You're in a 5 versus 2 at worst, and you trade it out and win the site. And that's like a counter play based on a gamble as to your opponent's tendencies. FaZe might be in a position where they're starting to feel desperate, like they may not want to take some of those risks. So we'll have to see how this actually pans out. They're going to attack top mid here, and they have forced the CTs back, and JR goes down. This is a good sign for FaZe.
Rain focusing on the speedway position. Kraken out the balcony, and that's the A site cleared out. Finally, some potential success for FaZe. And the money is not amazing for Vega Squadron, so they probably are going to save in this situation. If they had a lot more money, then they could go for damage, and it might pay off in the later rounds. But if they lose everything in this round, then we may head towards a 9-6 scoreline, and they don't want to give up rounds in the long run just for some short-term damage. So they'll go and save in this situation. It was a nice start to that execute from FaZe. There was a smoke top mid, somebody bottom mid throws a pop flash through the smoke in top mid. You have 1 player come out of boiler, 1 player go through the smoke, and then if there are any CTs there, they are in a world of trouble. Something to note at home: if you want to take top mid, get a flashbang up there from bottom mid, get people out of the boiler position and through the smoke. Very easy addition to your pug repertoire, which makes life nice.
And I did misestimate the FaZe buy coming in around sooner than I thought, which is my bad, but FaZe...
Less protractors down, more calculators.
Yeah, I should get on the calculator hype. Now, Vega, they do have a solid buy. Of course, the buys are incredibly expensive when you add all of the nades, especially the Incendiary, which is 200 more than the Molotov that the T's will buy, which is a sad fact of the CT lives. But let's see if there's a change of approach here from Vega, because they have this interesting position where they have 9 rounds already, so they could actually just say, you know what, we could just take a really big risk. We could try to, to rush some position, to a crazy stack, to try to just really mess with FaZe, because they once again they already have 9 rounds, and if you're going to beat FaZe, you have to take big risks if you're the underdog. But maybe they otherwise feel very confident in their CT setups, and they could just decide, hey, we are doing really well on the basics, let's just keep doing that. So they have a wealth of options to go to. And it looks like it's the basics. 3 men early to Banana for pressure.
JR once again heading towards the balcony. In the previous round, he was... Oh, there's a push. JR's charging through apartments on his own with an AWP. Hutchie towards the boiler position. So it seems that JR will end up being a favour. Hutchie's been taken out. JR's misses. Joy could go down as well. Manages to get around the corner, but he re-peeks. That is just rude. The bomb's been lost top mid, but it's been regained now as the charge comes through. This is the play you were looking for, Dan.
I do not believe how heinous that peak was from JR. That is definitely confidence. And right now, if they just hold FaZe there for long enough, this flank coming in from Chopper could be kind of devastating. If they opt to actually rotate at any point in this round, and they have a lot of time to do so, they are going to be killed by Chopper, or at least sustain some damage. And look at the zone control here from Vega Squadron, trying to just contain and hurt them. And that's a beautiful angle. There's the peak for the second frag. Mir will close it down. And once again, James, the very worst has happened for FaZe, and they've been reset again. They do have some money, but seriously, they must be getting tired of this.
Look at this peak from JR. This is deplorable behavior, and that's right up my street.
You never
Marvelous
see
stuff from him.
That is a no respect play. That would be infuriating to be on the receiving end of.
Especially, like, if you consider what the AWP was like when you could really abuse the crouch peeking. That's like post-nerf. Obviously, that changes a long time ago, but still, lovely stuff from JR. No fear whatsoever. Pistols for FaZe Clan. Man.
Yes. Man indeed. Man alive. Man alive. Wow.
Proactive CT side from Vega Squadron. Chopper by the coffins on B, holding a flashbang in case his team want to aggress. They're hungry for it. They're salivating for frags.
And so far, I don't believe that Vega Squadron have put anybody up on the flower bed on the boost position. So if FaZe do opt to just go through here, that is certainly going to be painful. It's usually good for a quick frag, at the very least. Already there's been a player lost here for FaZe, and there's a wealth of grenades left to abuse. JR's there as well. He will rotate further back towards CT though, as FaZe bide their time at top Banana. What are the hopes here for FaZe? At least get some damage in, a run boost, but some steps were made.
Desperate time, desperate measures, and that is a desperate fail. Will they get the bomb down though? There is little chance. Olofmeister doing the best he can. He has 20 seconds. I don't want to believe that he can run all the way towards the A site and have time to plant the bomb. Bottom mid now with 13 seconds on the clock. Kashanda's moving into the pit. 10 seconds moving towards top mid. 8 seconds moving towards short. 6 seconds making his way to the site, and it's be a desperate plant. And maybe if Kashanda wasn't there, he would have had all of 1 second to plant the bomb, but no!
And for those of you that don't know, it takes 3.5 seconds to plant the bomb. So, just in case you were unawares, that is how long it takes. And I don't think FaZe anticipated this, James. I don't think any human did, apart from a man called Jason Moses O'Toole.
Considering the battle cry around 4 or 5, I don't think they did anticipate this.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I love that phrase though. Anyway, Vega Squadron, 3 people towards B. Once again, JR and Mir deploying all kinds of grenades. Shrapnel down Banana, but FaZe will not engage. They've been forced away. They'll have 4 people towards A, FaZe. JR now, I mean, I like also how the CT shape is changing. It's an evolving organism. JR's been towards the balcony position. Maybe he's warded them off. Now he's alone on Banana, and 4 people are very deep in A. Vega Squadron know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they absolutely do. It's a decent setup. The grenades will have to do a lot here for FaZe, but so far they've been evaded. There are counter grenades, there's counter plays, but the frags go the way of FaZe. Hutchie's still in the smoke though, able to hold on to the pit position. This is huge. He needs to be dealt with at some point, but Chopper will be coming in to the forefront here, in between so many smokes. Now it's down to Nico. He's got 1 headshot, 2 more to find here as Hutchie ends him, and that's another round in the bag for Vega. And that is good to see, considering the fact that they anticipated, as you said, they got the info, they got the setup, and they're still holding strong against the might of FaZe.
Regardless of who wins or loses, I respect Moses' decision to pick Vega for this one.
I think we all secretly do, although perhaps some of us won't admit it.
I can see what he sees, but I'll never be brave enough to pick them in this today. Anyway, 12-2. Last round for FaZe. Nico on the AK, the rest of them on pistols, and this time it is a conga line towards the B bomb site, but there's no dancing for Vega Squadron. It's deploying grenades, molotovs, flashbangs, all kinds of nonsense, and FaZe have to wait. Guardians down to 2 HP. They can't even see anybody. Deploying grenades of their own. Counter flashes from Vega Squadron, just delaying, allowing their teammates to rotate to get into position, and now it begins. JR with the first shot, moving through the construction area. JR cheeky around the smoke with the AWP. They care not for these players. 5 versus 3. Bomb's been planted, but can FaZe hold?
They have lost so much health on all the remaining players. Kraken trying to make sure that Banana's clear, but I think he just missed the push. You'll hear the stepping now. Hutchie announces his presence. The jump actually making it unable for... Oh! Olofmeister getting quite fortunate there. Running into that spray was Kashanda, leaving Mir in the 1 versus 3. FaZe desperately need this round. I don't know how on earth they found it, but they did, and it gives them some amount of breathing room. But Vega Squadron securing the 12-3 on the CT side have done everything they need to set themselves up for an upset victory in this best of 1 here.
3 rounds, boys. Pistol is essential. No pressure. No pressure. Still in good spirits. These are experienced, tried and tested players. See what they can do. Kraken has a smoke grenade and a defuse kit. Everyone else on Kevlar for the CT side from FaZe Clan. Vega Squadron haven't completed their buy yet, so we'll talk about it in due course. Match still paused for the time being. A breather for the teams. Well,
it looks like these levels of general existential dread are continuing to rise, James, over at the FaZe camp. It definitely don't look like a series of happy campers over there. Have to see if they can find something here. Obviously, and the problem in this situation is you have so much pressure on you to win the pistol round, and I don't think anybody truly feels like they're going to win every pistol round. The pistol rounds do have a degree of variance in CSGO. It's hard to have consistency, and FaZe will be on the CT side, so it's going to be interesting to see what their approach is and how the beginning of this round goes. Yeah, do have a normal spread. 2 players on B, 3 on A. Guardian with a quick jump peek there through the window to check if there's a quick second mid rush, but there is not.
I think the main question here is, what do Vega Squadron have in mind for FaZe, who may have to stand and bear witness for the next 10 to 20 seconds. Vega Squadron have taken top Banana. They've seen 1 player there. They don't know what's around the corner. They do have some utility, JL with smoke and a flash. He is also on Banana. One would expect him to smoke CT should they push, or offer a fake. A flash over the roof can be quite powerful. You can either throw it across this left roof or the right roof towards CT, so your teammates can push in and face the site as the flash goes off, and it looks like it will be the latter.
So here goes nothing, says Vega Squadron. Oh, Nico in Nico fashion, popping heads very calmly. That's a 3K start between him and Kraken, but the bomb will go down for Vega Squadron. The smoke being pushed though by Rain as he is there on the flank, and Kashanda can't do a single thing. JR is finished as well, but they did get the bomb down. So despite FaZe winning the pistol, doing what they had to do. There is the asterisk there. There is the consolation for Vega that they did have the bomb plant. And that's the pressure coming into FaZe Clan's way very soon.
2 bullets, 2 kills for Nico. Much needed start to that pistol round. And his teammates finished off well. Ooh, Vega Squadron. I see an AK-47. JR has bought an AK. Ah, it's the one AK buy. We saw this from Zeus earlier, and now we see it from Vega Squadron. Perhaps it's an inspired idea, looking to do as much damage as possible. This could be a nasty surprise. So we'll ride with Mir for the time being, making his way up to second mid. How will his teammates enable him? No one has any grenades for Vega Squadron, so Mir is just out there on his own.
I actually love this. They were perhaps anticipating the mid rush, which can often happen when you think a team is on full eco, which normally, of course, you would be. As you say, it's just Mir with the surprise. He is the surprise that FaZe do not want, however. But maybe they do. Maybe it'll be a free AK for them. We'll have to see. No one's really... Look how disciplined FaZe are. They're not giving anything away here.
Patience. Kraken will hear some people moving around, but they are not in a dangerous position just yet. He will pop out as Nico starts to run out of bullets. Hutchie has unfortunately shot his teammate instead of Nico, and the round comes to an end. Ooh, an AK.
One of the reasons, though, why I do like that buy from Vega Squadron is because on the T side, you can construct buys for purpose. Like, you can have a round now, and again, this may be predictable from FaZe, depending on how they think about it. But, okay, you've got one guy who's now stuck on a CZ instead of a rifle. You send him in first. Running CZ is pretty damn good as far as an entry is concerned, especially in close quarters. So if they construct the strategy correctly to support the buy, then you don't really lose much from buying the AK there.
Yeah, JR, the sniper, is a guy who gave up the AK. He wouldn't have money, I don't think, in this round anyway for the AWP, so all good in the hood. 5 to 12, FaZe have a lot to do. They have to balance being active, being aggressive, with avoiding overextension, but you never know when it's that time. Almost 2 kills for Olaf Mice will clean up. Oh, he put that grenade, but Kashanda is there. A nasty surprise, and that is a wipeout. Can they even go for this FaZe?
I think they probably have to. This could be quite scary. Karrigan and Nico. Nico does not have the kit. It's Karrigan who does. I'm not sure if there is one around the site or perhaps on the balcony where a teammate did die for Nico. Can Karrigan maybe create a distraction for Nico to get out the balcony? It's very difficult here. There's 2 potential players there, or 3 in fact. They can have vision to Nico's position. Head is spotted. Beautiful there. The bait and switch, hiding behind the wall. JR as Chopper finishes off Karrigan, and Nico wraps around the side only to be met at the fates of Chopper's AK-47. Vega Squadron win the round, and that's a very quick round.
Well,
is it happening? Is it actually happening? What a bait. That's beautiful.
So organized. Such a fast peak from Chopper. Really nice stuff. He's ready there. He's supporting his teammates. Good stuff from Vega Squadron. Not over yet, though. Not one yet. FaZe still have a buy. The rifles are out. The M4s are out. They have some grenades, but they've got less than you might like, so perhaps that will make them more aggressive. Deep flashbangs will slow things down, but Nico's been naded into oblivion. That leaves Karrigan on his own towards B, and Guardians rotating already. Early problems for FaZe.
Again, this is a cool spot for a T side because you can have some default reactions where you can say, okay, if we get a 5 versus 4 very early on, because we make a good play, whatever, this is how we want to respond. Now, for a team like Vega Squadron, no one is going to be studying them, so no one's going to know their routines from these positions, especially not FaZe. I wouldn't imagine. I'd be surprised. And here is that default routine. They're just going to hit the A site. It's a site that makes more sense. It's harder for the CTs to really make these crossfires work. Olofmeister gets 2-3! That is remarkable there. But still, it's a 2v2 after plan for FaZe to try to recover from.
It's given his team a fighting chance, but that smoke grenade is very powerful just as the bomb goes down. Karrigan carrying a kit, moving towards the short position. 2 Ts in the pit, and Guardian still waiting for that smoke to disappear. slight gap in it, and Kraken will deploy one of his own. That gives him great angles to try and defuse the bomb, but it's not going to be easy. Guardian trying to cover the jails, moving through the other side of the smoke. Kraken's ready for it though, and now Guardian holding the angle, spotting Mir, but Mir's got the angle himself. Who's going to win? Kraken trades. FaZe just make round 6.
By the skin of their teeth, indeed. But the problem is, oh my god, Nico trying to brave the Inferno.
What a hero play. What a hero play from Olofmeister. How does he get 3 kills? The anticipation of the player jumping off the balcony. Talk about experience. That was outstanding stuff by Olofmeister.
Oh my god. I'm rubbing my eyes here. 4 MAC-10s. Have they been stealing strats from Envious? I don't think Envious even do it in rounds like this.
What do Envy do these days?
That's a very good question, James. So, 13-6 is the scoreline. Vega, with that bomb plant, are going to use it to just have 4 MAC-10s running up on this. Absolute madness here. Nico, able to get 2, but the bomb side is taken quickly. They can try to smoke off the choke point towards CT, perhaps, and get themselves a bomb plant. And they're going to have a 3v3 off the plant with perhaps guns collected. There's a chance for them to win this round. This is insane.
All the CTs in CT, very close to the site. Grenade sailing in, hitting the wrong side of New Box though. There's still a fair amount of utility for FaZe. Can they make it work for them? Will it help them retake this? Rain has a Molotov, but is it even safe for him to face the site to deploy it? It is. Forces JR into the open, but there's no kill just yet. He wins the duel with a max from that range, and there's Kashanda, and there's Chopper as well. What in the blazes?
What is that? How do you... That does not work. Don't try that at home. The MAC-10 at this range never looks that good, and it never will again. I don't think. That looked like he had an AK. That is very shocking stuff. And once again, FaZe have been reset so many times in this game. There's only so many times you can be reset like this. Win a round, lose a round until you lose the game. And that's what they're looking at right now. They can't afford any more errors or the game is over. A 14-6 advantage for Vega Squadron is what FaZe are staring down the barrel of at the moment. That's insane. I thought JR was instantly dead, James. He's forced into the open, playing in incredibly long range against a rifle with a MAC-10. I would ask you to explain, but I know there is no explanation.
There is a clean 500,000 people watching right now. 500,000. There are 5 zeros on my monitor. That's pretty cool. Big audience to witness a potential upset here on Inferno. Vega Squadron 14-6 of FaZe Clan. Vega Squadron with what can only be described as a 90s rap video with all those MAC-10s charging up Banana. Moving accuracy is complete arse, but somehow they made it work. Now we see Vega Squadron in firm control of the Banana area. Kashanda keeping a passive eye on any apartment pushes in the meantime, and Mir harassing towards second mid and mid. So, oh. More surprises. Vega Squadron pushing through the smoke, but so is Kraken. Picked up an AK. That's a big win for him. Chopper, though, on the site. First oranges, and they had no idea. 2 MAC-10s. 2 MAC-10 kills for him. And it's a 4 versus 2. FaZe are running out of options, running out of personnel, running out of rounds. Guardian alone with a CZ 1 versus 4 in construction. But it's FaZe Clan being taken apart, Dan.
Vega Squadron are looking to close this one out quickly. They don't want to make it a drawn-out affair, and it's something that happens very commonly when you have these underdog matches and they get a big advantage. It's so often where you'll see that mindset creeping where it's like, oh my god, guys, we're actually going to beat this team that, you know, we're heavily disadvantaged against. And it starts to play on you a bit and you start to make mistakes, lose focus. But what we're seeing from Vega Squadron so far is their game plan. And that's it. They're just executing their game plan, and they're doing it with great confidence still. And that's very impressive. Guardian not allowed to save a rifle. Vega Squadron taking everything away from FaZe at the moment to create maximum discomfort, James.
See a comparison of the snipers here. Vega Squadron beyond double the score of FaZe. Match point for the squadron. Sharks having a good meal for the time being, but will this be the round? FaZe don't have much to fight with. This is the jumble sale buy. This is the yard sale buy. They went to the yard sale and there wasn't much. the odd kind of sucked. Chopper and Hutchie, top banana once again. There's also a contest, but FaZe, they've come with a late flashbang. Classic strats from the FaZe. Flashbang over the roof, and that has given them some toys to play with. 2 AKs collected, and top banana taken by FaZe Clan.
Good consolation kill from JR to try to even up the number situation, which would otherwise be a little bit difficult to deal with considering the guns collected, but still a 3 versus 4, and again on a T side, you're usually okay with being down a man, and that was a close one. Olofmeister is going to stay alive, as will the Vega Squadron player there aggressing through the apps. It was Kishanda who will now rotate back to join his teammates because Mayor has found his way into construction. Somehow he's crept through. And the information is known to FaZe. They go for a full rotation, but will Mir spring the trap before they are brought to bear here towards the site? And that's the case. Smoke down on the choke point. Rain trying to force his way through perhaps, but no. Re-smoke. It's going to have to be construction.
Bomb is down. Nico and Rain close already. The range doesn't favour them, but maybe they can have the success the Mac 10 did in the previous round. Moving away from the Molotov, that is quite the problem. No kit on these FaZe Clan players. Olofmeister trying to activate. Such a tough situation for them. Oh, Mir with the one tap. 2 of the 3 kills for him. And Rain, what is left for him at this point? He'll get some revenge on Mir, but surely this is over. There's a crossfire. This is all but guaranteed for Vega Squadron. Kishanda drawing Rain out into the open, goes for the 180, gets shot on the 6, and Vega Squadron crush FaZe Clan on Inferno.
They are so hype, and you cannot blame them. What a beautiful victory. A 16-6 against an incredibly confident FaZe Clan, the team that is certainly favored to win the major, and no one's going to doubt their path up until that point. But today, some weakness was shown in the best of 1, and Vega Squadron, they had a game plan. They executed it with discipline, with confidence, and you have to respect that. We saw some beautiful little strats from them. I love the 4 Mac 10s, James. I don't think you'd never really see plays like that. It's great to see.
Yeah, man. Vega took man's Twix by force, Dan. 16-6. They left no doubt in anyone's mind on the performance on that one. Thoughts of the desk, as per usual, coming up in just a few.
Show advantage.
Nice.
Nice.
Go, yes, this one is wrong.
Last one runes for something.
Girls, yeah.
Nice.
Let's go, guys.
I go second mid instant.
It's fine, we got this.
You got this 9-6, easy.
City.
Nice.
Nice. Good.
Important round, guys.
Support.
Живи, брат, просто закройся. Меня, живи.
Yeah, so just a reminder that you can still get tickets for the major over in Boston. We certainly want you to join us. There's a few left. So go to eleague.com/major to make sure you join us. And maybe you'll see crazy games like that. Maybe you won't even see FaZe there. Sadakist joining us on the desk with Yanko. Where to begin? First of all, I don't want to live on a planet where Moses is right. I think that's upsetting enough. But I mean, look, let's talk about the problems with FaZe before we get into the brilliance of Vega in that match. Because they didn't look great against Team Liquid. We're like, well, Team Liquid do have a solid core 4. So we'll let that one slide, and it's day 1. But it was overpass. You know, you'd expect FaZe to do really well on it. And here they've been manhandled by Vega Squadron.
They seem a little bit sloppy in terms of duels, in terms of aim. I think yesterday against Liquid, you could see that Rain wasn't getting comfortable position like he normally did in the bathrooms on overpass. And here today, he was getting Boiler on the T side, but then doing nothing with it. I think it wasn't until round 9 they finally said, screw it, let's take the Arch side with force rather than sitting back. Because every time they sat back, that's fine, because FaZe normally wins those duels, but today they weren't. They were just getting overrun. Guardian as well, like, looks at the Molotov, he's like, oh, I'm fine, double nade. Like, they just didn't anticipate anything correctly.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, the fearless play style from Vega Squadron, Yanko, just not intimidated. They had that self-belief, taking duels and winning them against this FaZe team.
Yeah, their game plan was perfect. It reminded me a lot of their decider game in the previous major qualifier against Dignitas, but they also started off on the CT side, played very aggressive and completely manhandled Dignitas, and you know, that's alright, but this is FaZe Clan. It's supposed to be one of the second best team in the world, has some of the best individuals in the world. They're supposed to be better than this. Okay, you start off slow, maybe you underestimate them a little bit, but you have to be able to adjust to that aggressive playstyle. You know, they're sitting back, sending 1 or 2 player inside Banana when Vega is like taking it every single time. It's double Molotovs, double nade onto tree. It's like you have to realize you can't do it early on when they have control of the economy. You need to be able to adjust, maybe pop flash through that mid smoke, try to brute force your way in, take control of mid at least, do something. You know, something that really bothers me is that FaZe has this execute where they smoke off pit on A and they go towards the site, right? And they did that in a best of 3 against SK. I think it was Pro League final. I don't remember, it doesn't matter. So they smoke that off. They have a player in pit is still alive, right? They smoke it off. The guy is stranded there. He can't do anything. And Kerrigan in that game, in this game as well, goes through the smokes to hunt that player instead of just like clearing the. That's what the execute is for. You want to smoke off pit. You don't have to worry about it. Plant a bomb inside, and then, you know, maybe take control of Arch or deal with that guy later. It happens 2 times. Like, you're the